So the first question about working with Aboriginal people is an interesting one because our country has really significant problems with working together between mainstream society and the Aboriginal people, and actually I'm fairly ashamed, as most of my fellow countrymen are, of the way our country works with Aboriginal people. There's a big divide and a big problem, particularly with health and with education. Those are the two main issues.
就是我们的确，我刚刚提到，在澳洲，我们跟原住民其实有非常大的隔阂。那其实澳洲政府对此就是做的也不是很好，所以其实对我们来讲，在教育上跟健康照顾上面，对这些原住民的做出来的动作其实不够多。
Having said that we would like to work more closely together, it's also extremely difficult because the Aboriginal people in our country have a very different concept from mainstream society about times and dates and possessions, and our Aboriginal people, I have to be honest though, I don't know if this is the same here, but our Aboriginal people tend to have no concept of days or time or taking part in a program on a regular basis, so it's very, very hard to engage them with any sort of program because one thing that frequently happens is if there is a death in a community or somebody sends a message saying that they would like to see somebody, a whole family will just disappear, and that means the whole extended family are all gone. So in some cases when we've gone to remote locations to try and run a program with them, we send a lot of resources and staff there, and then those people will disappear and they'll go walking. In Australia it's called going walkabout, and people will disappear for days or weeks or months, and you never know when they're coming back.
那其实呢，也要强调，就是其实跟这些澳洲原住民要合作，其实有点困难因为他们概念跟主流社会是很不一样，他们对于时间日期是完全没有这样的概念的。所以我们曾经尝试过说，可能在一些比较偏远的地区，就送一个小队去，然后可能就带给他们很多资源什么的，然后希望鼓励他们一起进行一些定期的计划。可是可能他们拿到这些资源，可是因为可能这个部落当中发生什么事情，然后一整家族都不见了，那什么时候会回来不知道，所以你就在一个荒芜的大地，然后就只剩下这一组小组的人，然后这些人都这原住民都不见了，那也不知道该怎么办，所以这是一个跟他们合作上面遇到的一个问题。
So what we've done is developed a program that we've been running over the last 5 years, and we run this exclusively with young Aboriginal people, so between the ages of 18 and 23, and we have some government assistance to run the program, and the difference that we make, we run the same program actually with Aboriginal communities and with non-Aboriginal communities, but it has to be run separately. The way that we do it is that the program for non-Aboriginal young people lasts 6 months, and they turn up every day, and they complete a certain amount of time. For Aboriginal communities, we run the same program over 12 months to give time for them to go away and come back and turn up and still complete the same number of days on the program. The other difference, or perhaps...
那我们现在也的确在过去5年一直到现在也在继续进行，就当然不能放弃他们嘛，所以还是有进行相关的计划那是主要是针对年轻的人，18到23岁的人。那我们执行的是2个不同分开来的计划，一个是针对澳洲主流社会年轻人，然后另外一个是针对澳洲原住民的年轻人。那对主流社会年轻人呢，我们计划是持续6个月的，那希望他们每一天都来参加一些志工的活动。那针对这些原住民，我们就执行个12个月1整年的计划。那也是希望他们就是可以尽量每天来，可是因为他们有一些概念上的问题，所以我们才会把这个计划时间拉长一点，这样他们会有足够的时间，可能他们不见的时候可以用之后的时间来弥补。
And the other difference is in the way that the Aboriginal people own possessions. One of the features of that program is that we give all the volunteers on that program, all the participants, they have to have a pair of boots and they have to have a sun hat and they have to have strong gloves. They have to have that for safety reasons. We find if we give that to Aboriginal young people, this happens every single time. They take it home and they have no concept of personal possessions. Their possessions belong to the community, so they take these things home on the first day, and the next day they turn up and they've got nothing, and you ask, where are your boots and where are your gloves? and they tell you, oh, my uncle's got my hat and my auntie's got my gloves and everything's been shared out. So we now have a policy in place where we provide lockers for them and changing rooms, and we keep all that stuff. On the first day of the program, we issue it to them. They get changed before they go home so that it can't be taken away by other members of the community, and then it becomes their possession at the end of the program. It belongs to them when they finish.
那就是另外就是他们对于一些财产的概念也跟我们比较不一样，所以往往我们就是规定每个年轻人都要有帽子、有鞋子，然后有手套，那这是为了他们工作上面的一个安全顾虑哦。可是我们常常看到这些原住民的青少年，他们可能回去然后就把东西摆在那边，然后就被家族里面其他的人拿去用了。那隔天他们来的时候，手上这些东西都不见了。所以我们现在在执行的一个规定，就是说每一个人都会有自己的柜子。那你每天你要回家之前，你就把这些财产全部锁在柜子里面。那你隔天再来的时候，就可以再拿来使用。那到这个志工活动结束之后呢，这些东西就完全归于他们了。
And the last thing that's very important in that is to have high-level community support. They have a very structured society with senior members of the community, elders, and it's very important to get the elders engaged in encouraging the young people to be part of the program, encouraging them to join in every day that they can and be part of the program. And our best programs with Aboriginal young people have been in quite remote or quite enclosed communities. So we've just run one actually on the Tiwi Islands, which are north of Darwin, and we find in those very enclosed communities, if the elders support the program, then we have good community support and we get a good result. The ones that are much more difficult that we've had no success with at all are the urban Aboriginal communities, where they've been displaced from their structures and they're living in cities and towns, and that really is something that we don't have enough experience or expertise really in our organisation. I think that's something for a much more specialised organisation than us.
那另外我们也发现哦，如果这个部落啊，他们的社会组织架构越完整的时候，其实他们合作会越简单，因为我们可以透过这些长老，然后这些长老来教育这些年轻的人，然后去劝说或者是规定这些年轻人来进行这些活动。那我们在最成功的一个案例是在非常偏僻的一个地方，是在达文郡附近的一个地方。那在那边他们的社会组织结构还是跟以前一样，所以透过这些部落长老的一些协助，我们就得到一个很好的成果。那比较困难就是一些可能在居住在市郊的这些原住民，他们可能已经跟原本的社会结构已经脱离了，然后也跟城市的人也有一些脱离，所以跟他们合作的时候会比较困难。
With regard to the second question about religious organisations, we're not a religious organisation ourselves, but we do work closely with religious organisations, particularly in Australia and in New Zealand. Religious organisations are closely affiliated with welfare and, I guess the same as here, and they frequently refer people to join our programs, largely so that those people can enjoy a social, a friendly, a happy activity, something where they can come out, do something that's healthy and active, meet some people, make some friends, those sorts of things. So yeah, we have quite a good close relationship for referring volunteers to our programs.
那至于刚刚提到宗教的一个问题，我们在澳洲其实也跟很多的宗教团体一起合作。那有很多的宗教团体他们会会引荐他们的人，或者是就是那些群众，然后来参加我们的活动。那其实澳洲的这些宗教团体在公益上面扮演了一个非常重大的角色。
没问题。
你好，我是台湾大学的学生。那我不知道到底有没有跟主题有关。那我是想要请问夏主任，就是有关于你刚刚有说到你们组织都是透过当地人来做志工，所以我不知道你对于就是一些大学他们推出寒假的一些专案，然后到柬埔寨或泰国做一些国际志工服务，就是有时候会很明显，就是服务者获得的会比当地人还多。所以如果我是柬埔寨的国家，我是柬埔寨的机构，我要怎么评估他们带给我的效益？谢谢。
很简单讲，就两个效益去看。第一个，其实当地的需要透过一些传播出来，告诉别人这个地方需要。所以其实这一区去服务的人，他们有一个肩负很大的责任。当看到之后，他们要回来成为一个传播者。 把那个需要介绍出来。所以有时候也是待会引荐台湾的机构，台湾志工工作人员到当地服务，有这个理由在。那第二个就是你如果在那里，就是说当你去他们所学习到对我们有没有，就是他们去做的服务，其实对自己的学习那也是很重要的一个过程。所以是没有太大问题，主要是说怕是说太多的。如果去做的东西太锦上添花，那当然是要小心一点。有的时候真的是当地都整个村预备好了迎接你们这个团队来，是预备好等你们来教他们。那但是只要这个东西平衡好，就是只要去的人，我们的态度是对的，他不会造成太大问题，他反而很喜欢有人来看他们，这也是 OK 的。至少我们去的态度是很容易接纳、融入当地，这个很重要。其他你能做多少都很有限，真的很有限，因为你只去1个礼拜、2个礼拜，真的做不了什么。但是当你很谦卑的要跟他们去学习的时候，他们被尊重到的那个东西，也是志工应该给他们的。他们感觉到他们可以被重视，不是被来施舍，这个东西要比较重要，这样就可以。